What's up, YouTube? So, as I said, this is a video that I'm gonna be sharing what I'm gonna be doing in this transformation video of 183 days, or I'm sorry, this is glaring. So, I'm gonna be sharing what I'm gonna be doing in this 183 days of transformation and what are my plans, what are my goals, what are the rules that I'm gonna follow, and how this 6 months of transformation is gonna be valuable for my life or for whoever is watching this. Because if I can do something that's incredible, like picking up your life in 6 months, because over the period of time you must have felt literally you took all the bad decisions in your life. You must have gone through a breakup, you must have gone through a lot of trauma, a lot of depression, thinking your life is down. You made wrong choices, you picked up the wrong degree, or you picked up wrong college or university or whatever it can be. Okay, but if you could find out what is your interest in life, and you could put yourself into a position where you are going to grind to get what you wanted in life, I think if you work hard, like if you commit yourself really for that 6 months, you could see results in that 6 months. Sure, I could absolutely say this. I haven't done it, but I'm the experiment here. I'm the true experiment that you're going to be watching every single day. But I am the proof. I'm creating the proof that you can literally see the results. Like if I could get back my life in 6 months time, why not you? So this is what we're gonna talk, and this is what I'm gonna explain how I'm trying to push myself into a certain routine, because I'm not a person who's has a routine and things. I like to have routine, but some days you feel lazy. You don't really want to get up from your bed. We all been in that situation, and sticking to a routine is something you have seen. The professional elite athletes have a perfect routine. Cristiano has a perfect routine. Virat has a perfect routine. Kobe has a perfect routine. Every single one of them has achieved the eliteness that you can't even imagine to be on their shoes. How? Because they had a certain routine, and they had a certain mentality that no one can steal it, and even themselves, they can't just take over it from mind, because they've been shaped for years to think like that, and they are so determined on their goals. Like they wanted to be the best in their field. You can't even compare someone to next to them, because they are more determined than the youngsters nowadays, and they have set the bar high. And that's the only reason we can see all these young sports people are in a state where they can be compared to them, because who set the bar? It's them. We are getting inspired from them, but are we doing it in our life? Probably no. We are not doing it, because we are getting a certain dopamine. Like when we see them achieve certain things, we would think, wow, that's great, man. But are we doing something in our life exactly like that? We don't need to do it anything as professional or to the comparatively to the eliteness, but are we doing something what we love, and are we giving the 120% in that? If your answer is yes, I don't think you would be sitting up with me watching this YouTube video. If your answer is no, for sure, there's a reason that you're here. So I'm going to be sharing this, and I have made a certain notes. I'm sorry to take it out by seeing this, but these are the things that I want to talk about. What are my plans? My major plans are going to be settled in 4 areas of life. I really wanted to make this up. To be honest, I think these 4 areas can improve every area in your life. Okay. First thing, your body, your fitness, it can be. Second, your mindset and your mind. What you feed your mind is what going to give you the mentality. It's like you're feeding the wolf inside you. If you feed the good, it will get better. If you feed shit, it's gonna get shit. Seriously, this is reality. What you feed your mind is what's gonna shape your next 5 years. First, your body, your mind, and your career. Career is something that, you know, most of us can't reach, or we had our childhood dreams, like, you know, we wanted to be a cricketer, or we wanted to be in a certain field at a certain level, but most of us couldn't make it up because we had our reasons and, you know, excuses. Or it can be even certain situations that can change the way of how you live and how your life is going to be. But for sure, you can't rewrite the past. Okay, you can't go up in a time machine or something and change it up. But your future is really in your hands. My future is in my hands, and I can shape it up. But to be honest, how I'm confidently sitting here and talking to you that I can give your life back to you. How I'm getting this confidence? Because I'm ruthlessly optimistic and delusional in my life right now. At this point, I don't have anything to lose. Except me, I don't have anything to lose. But there's a lot of possibilities that I can gain a lot and lot of things in life. Okay. So the third thing, career. What are you gonna pick? What do you want to be in life? You wanna be a designer, or you wanna be a model, you wanna be an athlete. You can try to be an athlete. You wanted to do content creation, you can do content creation. It's up to you. This is the era we live in. This is the world that is running on. Whenever we see in 2019, the content creation world had just 2% of creator economy. I would say only 2% of the people were creating content, or whatever you watch it. Okay. And it can be YouTube, it can be Instagram, it can be TikTok, whatever it is. But if you look at the world right now, 50% of the people are creating something new. They post content. At least 1%, at least one person would have posted least a reel. Everyone posts reel or a content or a YouTube video. Everybody is starting it, but are they doing it for a long time? No, I don't think so. But people survive in it. People come from a very low stage and they hit a recognition. But this is where they start the content creation. Or you want to be a software developer, you can do anything. Don't think that AI can replace it. Coding is just a part in that zone. If you think a software developer is going to be replaced by an AI, coding, we all think coding is the only thing, but coding is just a part. It's about problem solving and figuring out how to solve this. That's the most important skill you need at any job, I would say. And the fourth thing that I'm going to say is, okay, your passion or your goal that you have other than your career, because your career is going to feed you, but what you have doing life, you want to do something that's keeps you creative. That's something. And so these are my plans, that I'm going to be doing this for this 6 months, the 183 days. I'm going to be doing this. When it comes to fitness, I'm going to be working 6 workouts per week, and 6 workouts means 6 days I'm going to be working out in a week. But it's going to be 9 workouts, to be honest. 9 means I would have 3 running sessions and also 6 gym sessions. So that's totally 9 workouts per week and 6 days a week. And plus, I need to achieve 10,000 steps every single day for the next 183 days. Achieving 10,000 steps for every single day is not something that, it's easier to get it. Okay. Most people would not get that because they will be close to 8,000 some days, but they would not complete it 10. But I'm going to be doing 10k steps every single day for the next 183 days. And for the mind, I'm a guy who's not have this attention span. My attention has become very less, to be honest. So I'm going to be doing meditation, and as I promised myself, this one thing that I'm going to say is, I fixed it as a resolution that I have to read a certain number of books in a particular year. But for the past 6 months, I haven't touched them yet. I have the books there and it's completely filled with dust. I haven't touched one single book of them. I have the books, but I haven't touched because I was so lazy that I forgot that I had a resolution. So I'm going to be reading 30 pages every single day for the next 6 months, and I'll be documenting that too in my daily vlogs. So that'll be a part. These are the things that you're going to watch it in the 183 days of content. So keep that in mind. And yes, for the career, I'm going to be working deep work sessions. That's like I'm fixing a 4 to 4.5 or 5 hours a day. So I'm going to be working on the skills that I wanted to learn and some of the preparations I have. I have certain plans. I don't want to reveal what is inside the deep work session, but I'll be doing that. And over the period of time, you could find out what I'm doing in that, or I'll be sharing it soon. But right now, I don't want to give it up. I don't want to give up what I'm truly working on, because if I said everything what I'm going to do can be a different type of content. It doesn't work like what type of content I wanted to post. So I'm working on upskilling myself in that deep work session. You can fix yourself. You want to do what you want to do in your time. If you're someone who's a college student, you can level up a skill. You can keep your deep sessions like 2 hours a day. Can be enough. And the rules. This is where we fail. Okay, rules are wake up before 6 a.m. So everybody would say wake up at 5 a.m. but wake up before 6 a.m. sounds different because 6 a.m. feels like a normal time right now, because people used to wake up 3-4 the celebrities. But personally, if you ask me, I can wake up, but I'm a guy. Recently, I fucked up my sleep schedule, so I have to fix it. So I'm waking up before 6 a.m. so that could give a lot of time than my regular time. So you can fix your sleep schedule. Don't keep it like 4-5 a.m. because you can do it like first 3 to 5 days, and then you'll feel burnout and you just stop waking up at all. So if you want to wake up early, try to fix a time. Start to wake up before a particular time. Fix it like 6 a.m. and you have to wake up before 6 a.m. So your mind automatically says 5:30 or 5. You have to fix your alarm at 5 or 5:30. So you would probably wake up at 5:44 and you would get dressed up or freshen up. So you're already ready at 6 a.m. You can do anything else on that time. Wake up at 6 a.m. and I'm going to be following a clean diet that has no junk. And as you know, I'm not a regular smoker or a drinking person, but I wanted to quit them. That's the thing, because whenever I'm surrounded by my friends, they used to force me up, come on, just one day, just have one beer. So that would probably get me in a situation that I can't say no. And as I said, I already texted a few of my friends that said, you know what, I'm done with this. And even though I'm not an alcoholic person, but I don't think that gives any value to my life, honestly. And sometimes we used to get that crave of having a drink or, getting boozed. But I'm not a person who gets that crave. I only get that interest of having a drink when I'm surrounded by the friends or the circle that is filled in happiness. Like those guys will be interesting and a lot more fun when they are drunk. But I kind of lost interest on that part, to be honest. I don't really think I would ever touch it. Maybe let's see. But I don't want to get boozed or drinking for sure. That's a part that I'm covering up here. I'm quitting it totally. And the last time that I had drinks was on. It was June 3rd. That's the last day that I just got drunk and I had a smoke. And today it's June 21st that I'm shooting this video on, and I'll be posting it in a couple of days. 8 hours of sleep, that's important. That's another thing. Drink 4 liters of water per day. Like every day you have to drink 4 liters of water, because I need 4 liters of water. It depends on you. And of course, this is another shameful part that I would like to share. I have this addiction. Okay, I can see it addiction itself. I don't have any shame in not sharing it or just covering it up. But I have this addiction. I have a porn addiction. Okay, you can judge me. You're free to judge it. I have this, but I personally feel that's ruining me mentally and physically, because physically I could able to do it for a long time. As a man, I could do it for a long time. But mentally, if you ask me, is it am I feeling it good? No, I wouldn't say, because whenever you do it, the dopamine, after a certain point, dopamine will always get into a crash, and I'm having a crash a lot of times, and that would make me blur my decisions that I'm making in my life. I could get hot tempered. I could get irritated within small things that are not really gonna be any impacted. So your mood changes, your mood, your mindset, how you look at women, how you treat them, and so that could get worse part. That's the worst part that you could be. And as my parents raised me well, but still, even if I'm thinking it in a wrong way, and I think that's where I put my parents into a position where I failed them, or I failed as a son. How they raised me, they taught me a lot of things: how to treat women, how to, how much pain does a woman goes through in the society, physically and mentally, everything. My mom taught me all this, and if my perspective of women changes because of that, I think I failed as a son for her. So I don't think I can be a failure, and I don't want to make my parents or my mom to get into a situation where I can't be a failed son. I can't live like that. So even it will be a disturbing factor for me if I have to think, because I still have a future ahead of me. So I have to change. So that's another part that I have to change. I'm really trying to quit 3 habits. Stop smoking, stop drinking. I'm not this regular, but I used to do that when I felt a crave, or when I'm with the persons who does that. So it's easier for me. But the third thing, porn is something I was definitely addicted to. I can even say that I got addicted to it. No one would agree on the public space, but I'm agreeing on that. And I have an addiction, and I will overcome it in this 6 months. That's something that I want to share. And I think I'm talking too much. Okay. I'm sorry if I'm going somewhere into the content and different things. And the goals that I have in my mind is I have to land a job first. I'm keeping this because not to land a job to survive, but I love to work in a field, in a certain field. I want to get in the field of data science and programming or something related to that, but haven't picked the course or the degree. The bachelor's was business administration. I have interest in business, but if you personally ask me, am I a person who's only focused into one area? No, I have a different and hybrid ideas in my mind, and I know where the future is going to be. The future, okay. So now you can see business administration is with AI right now. There are plenty of courses and degrees I can see. They are with business administration with AI. So they are being trained more than us. What I study, they are being trained more than me. So if you think AI is going to replace your job, no. The kids who is learning AI is going to replace you. That's the reality and factor that you're going to have in this working culture or whatever it can be. So I'm going to be focusing on that, and of course getting in shape, as I said, the fitness, and there are two more goals that I focused on this content creation journey. So you can ask me why I started content creation, not because of the influence it's having on the market. I wanted to be, I don't want to be a content creator, to be honest, but I love to vlog myself. I did it in my childhood. If you ask me where I got this inspiration from, if you have seen Avatar 1, there's a character, it's a main character, Jake Sully. He used to record his day after he went to the Avatar world, and he has to come back, and he would make a log about it and what he went through and what is their culture. So because it's data for them, it's data. Whatever they see and whatever they learn, it's completely data for them. So I really love the idea about it. I was not even 10 years old, 10-year old, I guess. But I was watching it on, that's the movie that I watched like a couple of times in that days itself. Like within a week, I watched it. And I understood something. I really love the thing about he's vlogging himself and he's talking to the camera. And I really felt he's been doing that for a long time. So that's a log and that's a data. I could understand that's a data and that's a log that they're creating right now. But at that point, all I thought was he's talking to himself. And since childhood, I have this habit of talking to myself. People used to mock me for that. My friends used to, told me for that, why are you talking to yourself? You're some crazy guy, what? So I'm not crazy or someone, but I don't know, it just got into me because I had no one to understand what I'm going through, or I would literally think and imagine a situation that I'm in, and I would put myself into, I'm talking to people. But I even imagine like I'm giving an interview to someone. So I'm a kind of guy that's so delusional. So I'm not sure what are these? Are these a syndrome, or are these a mental illness problem? But yeah, I do this, and a lot of people said not to do it, and you can journal your day or you can do something about it. But I really love what I'm doing right now. I'm literally taking a video of, I'm talking to myself, I'm talking to the camera. And first, I even had a camera shyness, but I overcome it and I'm talking to it right now. I really like this, and I love to explain something, and people have appreciated me for the way I explain things and the way I talk. I'm a kind of guy who had an insecurity that my voice is not good, that people would listen to me. But eventually, after a certain point, and I really get to know that people complimented my voice and the way I try to explain something. Right now, I'm doing that. So I even got appreciation from my previous company's operation manager. He said, you could work as a radio jockey or even on a YouTube somewhere. So because people would love to hear you. He said that, and I took it very deep. And that literally, even if I think right now, I really feel, wow, that guy said it. Because that guy was someone who I looked up in my life. Like, as I used to stalk this guy. And he even wrote a book about leadership. I would probably review it for someday. So these are the things. And yeah, I forgot to say what are the goals. I want to hit 100k followers and 100k subscribers in 6 months. Ruthlessly optimistic and delusional, I know this, but I believe that I can, and my content can do it. This is it. I'm not gonna burn out, I know that, but I could do it and sign least one brand deal. That can be Mercedes maybe. Sign at least one brand deal. So I'm gonna be signing that to think like this. This is what I'm expecting. These are the certain things that I'm gonna be kept as my goals, and being consistent for 183 days is not something everyone can do it. And very few fitness influencers has done it over the period of time, and you could only count like 10 people maybe. So I have 10 people in my mind, but I'm not sure whether you know them. So, and I have no job currently, for your information. And why I'm doing this, I saw something like uh, a post on Instagram. If you commit yourself for the 6 months, you can recover a certain number of years in your life. Really, because we would be doing work, but are we really consistently putting the work in our life? No. So if you commit yourself to do a certain number of things in life, like pick 4 things in your life, and you start working on that over a period of time, in 6 months you can see the results. It's what it is. It's naturally, it brings you there to a level where everything works out for you. So that's what I'm doing this, and someday this could be an inspiring thing for some guy who's very low in his life, where he doesn't have a job, his parents' marriage is fucked up, and the relationships you had in your life is fucked up because you don't have a very good. So the process of building a long-term personal brand is the reason why, and someday this could be an inspiration for someone. And also, if I look back after 5 years of time, and if I look at this, and for sure I would think that I made a certain process, at least in my life. That's the only thing. And so we'll be having daily post on YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels, and you can see them. So if you want to witness the journey, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and that would be appreciable. And I had 2 comments on my last video, and thank you for them. I'm really gonna do everything at my best. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe.